Good morning, students. Hope you all are well. So we are discussing the chapter digestive system. So in our previous classes already we have discussed about the saliva, all the glands, and about the enzymes that are secreted in our digestive tract, different parts of our digestive tract. So once again, let's revise all these enzymes and the chemical reaction of these enzymes. So the first enzyme, that is salivary amylase, it is secreted from the salivary gland, and the site of release of this enzyme is in our mouth. So it acts on starch or carbohydrate and it converts the starch into maltose. Okay. Next is the gastric gland. So it secretes two enzymes, pepsin and pancreatic amylase. So pepsin release in stomach, and the pancreatic amylase that also released in duodenum. Okay, that means part of our small intestine. So pepsin acts on protein and it converts protein into peptones and proteases, and the pancreatic amylase, it acts on starch and it converts it into maltose and others sugar. Next enzyme is trypsin, lipase and maltase. So these three enzymes, they are secreted from the organ pancreas. So trypsin is secreted into the duodenum. Trypsin acts on protein and it converts protein into peptides. Lipase, it is a fat soluble protein, so it releases in the duodenum and it acts on the fat or emulsified fat and it converts it into a simplest form, that is fatty acid and glycerol. And the last one, that is the maltase, it is secreted in the ileum part of the small intestine. It acts on the maltose and converts it into glucose, that means the simplest part of the starch or carbohydrate. Next part is ileum, the next organ is ileum, and the two hormones are secreted from there, sucrose and epinephrine. So sucrose is also secreted from the ileum part, and sucrose converts sucrase, actually the name of the enzyme is sucrase. So it acts on sucrose and converts it into glucose and fructose. And epinephrine, it's the site of release of this enzyme, that is ileum, and it's secreted in the ileum, and it acts on the peptone and converts the peptone into amino acid. So peptone also is a simpler part of the protein, and it converts into its simplest form of protein, that is amino acid. Now, how to maintain our healthy digestive tract or our digestive system? So we have to maintain our digestive system by taking proper diet, by leading a healthy life. But if any problem is there, then there are some disorders or some problems will arise in our digestive system. So obviously the first one is indigestion, that is we all are facing this kind of problem in case of indigestion. Okay, so in indigestion, what is happening in indigestion? It is actually a condition of nausea, means vomiting, pain or discomfort in our abdominal area, means in our abdominal area, due to the inability to digest the food properly, right? It is the inability to digest the food properly. Next is the bloating, nausea, vomiting, pain and heartburn are some common symptoms of this indigestion. And indigestion can affect anyone, because all of we have faced this kind of indigestion whenever we are taking this junk food and unhealthy foods, right? So from young children to adults, if there is some problem in our digestive system, then it will cause the indigestion. So what are the causes of this kind of indigestion? Firstly, overeating, eating much beyond one's normal diet or our normal capacity, that can cause discomfort, and it also results in unpleasant feeling of bloating and vomiting like this. Okay, next one is eating food that is too spicy and oily, like all the street foods. So spicy foods can stimulate the secretion of acids in stomach, and that causes sometimes we say that acidity and all. So that is also the kind of indigestion, and that causes irritation and feeling a heartburn in our chest area. Next, eating very fast and lying down immediately after a meal, that is a very unhealthy habit. So whenever we eat fast and we take too much of it, so it can cause bloating. Okay, lying down immediately after overeating, it also can cause the trapping of the gulped in air and leading to discomfort. Okay. Next, smoking and consumption of certain drugs and contamination of food, that also causes indigestion. Like smoking, consuming beverages or alcohol, or chewing tobacco. So these are all the unhealthy habits, and this may lead to hyperacidity, means the over secretion of the HCl or the acid in our stomach, which is the cause of heartburn, and excessive release of acid that lead to long term disorder called the acid reflux, means the acidity. And if we used to take regularly certain drugs like steroid and painkillers and some antibiotic, it also triggers the excessive acid release, that also causes the heartburn and indigestion or some abdominal problems in our body. And obviously the last one is contamination of food. So contaminated food may lead to abdominal gas, bloating and food poisoning.